Hey guys, it's Misha and welcome back to my channel. So today we are talking about a plus-size rapper who is now suing Lyft and the driver for weight-based discrimination, even though the driver said you can order Lyft XL. Now, any rational person, right, when they wake up and they look in the mirror and they see their size, right, if you look like this rapper, that's what you would do. You would order the XL. Or at least when the driver says there's no way you can fit, you'd say, oh, okay, and you order the other car. But no, Blanding's attorney argues that this violates Michigan's anti-discrimination laws. So let's take a look at the video.
Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
As I'm walking, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already knew.
I can fit in this car.
Believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe it.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. You know, I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like my tires, you know, like.
The driver said his tires could not handle her weight.
And where's the lie?
Every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car?
Yeah, because they need to order the Uber XL it's called.
No, I don't never have to order Uber XL.
He apologized, canceled the ride, and left her there. The rapper says she's pretty tough.
I get the money and flip it and make time food.
She's also pretty big. I'm sure she's aware of this. So I have two theories. One, maybe she's not aware. She doesn't realize that she really is that big and this is a safety concern. Or she's well aware and her rap career did not take off, perhaps in the way she wanted it to, and this is her shot at fame and fortune. I don't think it's about justice. I think it's about attention.
Dank Demoss, as she's known at the mic, is crushed by the whole situation.
I just want them to know, like, it really hurt my feelings.
I'm sure this was an embarrassing moment for her. I'm sure this was an uncomfortable situation for both her and the driver, but I really struggled to understand how this could be a surprise. And I also feel like this self-awareness, right? This lack of accountability, all of that is more common with the female fat positivity activists. Now, that's not to say we haven't seen any men go online and call women, you know, fat phobic and bigoted and all of that if, let's say, they don't want to date them. But we hear this a lot more with the women. I was on a flight recently and there was an extremely overweight man who was sitting on the aisle seat and he was there with his grandchildren. They were with the dad in the back of the plane. But when the kids came up to him, it was really sad to see because this was a really nice man, but he was really struggling to interact with the children, right, to play with them, and it was hard for him to breathe and, you know, to pick them up, and it was just really heartbreaking to see. And that just reminds you, you know, this condition doesn't just affect you negatively, it affects the people that love you. He understood the situation. First of all, he chose the aisle seat. It's just the difference in behavior versus the fat activists that go onto the plane, take photos of themselves, and then say, this is ridiculous, there's no room for me, they should have, you know, bigger seats, even though they're taking up like half the plane. It's just this attitude problem and the lack of self-awareness and how your size affects those around you. It doesn't just affect you. And that's what we're seeing with, you know, Dank Demoss here. The car has weight limits. Tires can only handle so much pressure. These aren't opinions, right? These are facts. It's not like the driver said, hey, I really don't like plus-sized rappers. I don't want you in my car. He said, my car cannot handle this. Go order the XL. Why do you think they even have that? Or try and arrange a different way of getting to your destination. This is so silly. It's like if an adult went to a restaurant, right, and they tried to get into the toddler's high chair seat, right, and they broke it in half. Should they be able to sue the restaurant? Should this be about weight discrimination and the chair is fat phobic? No, because any rational person would go and sit in the regular seat because you're not a toddler. And how is this Lyft's fault? Is Lyft supposed to force the drivers to risk their safety, the passenger's safety, just so that the passenger can feel good, right, for inclusivity?
It looks like Lyft might be hurting pretty soon too.
I knew it was illegal and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach Runyon, say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
Good luck with this case, girl. Let's break that down because that's insane. This argument is completely flawed because it ignores the differences between physical limitations and personal bias. Him saying, I can't take you because my car does not support your weight is not the same thing as him saying, I can't take you because of your race or your religion. Being black, being a Christian, being gay, none of that affects the ability of the car to function properly. Obesity does. And the driver wasn't saying you can't use Lyft at all. He offered a solution by suggesting a larger vehicle that's made for bigger passengers like herself. And if by some miracle she was able able to fit into the car, she may have not been able to put on the seatbelt. The car would sit lower, which would increase the risk of tire damage. It's a legitimate safety concern, and again, the driver did not say, I'm not taking you because I personally don't like fat people. No, ma'am, the car physically cannot accommodate you. Order the XL. Or if it's walking distance, please go on that walk.
The lawsuit is filed. Since she posted the encounter on social media, other full-figured folks have reached out saying the same thing happened to them.
Other what? Full-figured folks. So now morbidly obese has been rebranded to full-figured folks. I'm surprised they're not calling gravity fatphobic. Blanding, a self-described advocate for plus-size people, filmed the entire incident on her cell phone and posted it to social media. That post has now gone viral, reaching thousands of people. Blanding said she posted it to raise awareness for an issue that she believes is not discussed enough. Really? Okay. I've been in the same type of car many times and never had an issue, said Blanding. This was someone who was discriminating against me because of my weight. Well, maybe you got bigger over time. Miracles happen. I'm sure you have fit in that car before. Or maybe you finally met a driver who's not willing to put himself in danger because you want to try and squeeze into this car. If you cannot fit in the car, the driver should be able to say, sorry, but please order the appropriate ride, which is exactly what happened. But you guys let me know, do you think the driver was right, or should he have been forced to take her to her destination? Comment below. Also remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.